ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my friggin' thing died. You're kidding me. Oh, well, that's going. I bet this has died.
So
yeah,
they can hear us,
with the hot mic. There we go. Woo! That's
glad
close.
you didn't continue on with those frame of thoughts.
That's the thing. It was so, yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What a terrible time for the earpiece to die. There it goes
and
again.
assume it's the mic.
And assume it's the microphone. That could have been so much worse.
Sometimes you got to ask yourself, what would Stan David do?
Oh, I know exactly what Stan David would have done. And we'd be off the air forever and ever. Amen. Folks, how y'all doing? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. This is our weekly Take the Points show with Brian Turner is here. Brian of course, IamWheeze.com and what is it, PyramidScheme.com or something like that. Is
Paragon Micro.
Paragon Micro.
Appreciate you compare for the comparison there. Sorry, Joe.
No, Paragon Micro is what it is. It's an outstanding company, and
it's not essential oils.
No, that's been a little while since that's been a while. But just a gorgeous day here on this Friday, August 11th. The rain kind of avoided the area. We kind of needed the rain to avoid the area for a few minutes, but since that has happened, it's just a great day. Let's tell you a little bit, folks. Oh, by the way, take the points. We're going to talk about sports.
Is that what we're doing? We don't actually guarantee that.
Actually, we almost had a show prep change here in the last 5
seconds
minutes
before showtime.
Yeah, that which probably would have crossed the line that I very nearly crossed with the microphones on and my not hearing. Yeah, today, August 11th. The 50th anniversary of the development of the musical form hip hop.
Very important day in my life, actually.
Well, yeah,
I am the rare.
You were like 3 or 4 years old by then, right?
Almost. No. I can't remember my parents are your age.
That's pretty close.
In high school at the same time, I think by 1 year.
That's way too close to think about. But 50 years ago today, there was like at a what?
Which I want to say, I'm pretty sure the DJ Herc parties is what they are using to designate the actual day.
August 11th, 1973, a Bronx hip hop party that started hip hop. That's pretty cool, folks. A lot of folks have made a lot of money. Made a lot of people happy.
That's billions of dollars at this point.
Billions of dollars. Yeah, you've got,
and that might just be 50 Cent.
That might be 50. That's certainly
made most of his money off of whatever that water company he had.
Well, whatever that was. What was? Which one is the Beats? Is that Dr.? That's not
Dre.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
that is Dre.
Beats by Dre.
So there are all kinds of folks. So happy anniversary! I didn't have a slide for the 50th birthday of hip hop. I feel bad about that.
I can freestyle if you want.
I'm going to have to turn the microphones off again. Actually, they were never off. So yeah, they are currently on, although I can't hear a thing. What is actually, though, going on here on this Friday, August 11th, closer to home, that you might want to take part in? I can only find, other than the Sisney reunion is going on tonight and tomorrow night. It will conclude tomorrow, all day tomorrow, here on Friday night. I believe it is... I believe they got a rock and roll band on Friday night. I think Deep South or something like that was the name of it. So, yeah, that'll be a good time down there at the Sisney reunion on Friday night. Also, Friday night live music at at Pinky's. R.C. Johnson will be playing at Pinky. So, plenty of things to do Friday. Go to either Sisney or Effingham. You'll be all right. By the way, R.C. plays at 5:30. Also, on Saturday at Pinky's, Colton Adams is going to play up there, and that is from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. You could go up there and make it back down to Sisney. I think it is, she gave me the book, and I probably have the book around here. Do I have it on the wall? No. There it is. Who's it say?
You're blind, we know this.
Yeah, I am blind. Oh, I didn't get page 2. Saturday, it was Friday night. Jenny Shelton and the Blind Dogs.
Danny Shelton and the Bird Dogs.
Danny Shelton and the Burn Dogs for Friday night. What is Saturday? I don't think it goes that far. Is there a backside?
No.
I tore off page 2 because it didn't look as pretty as that one. But they got bands and stuff all day long at the Sisney reunion. So go enjoy that. You'll have a good time. What else going on Saturday? The Edwards County High School football team will be conducting a fundraiser on Saturday. It'll be held at the Pagoda there in Albion, starting around 10:30. Menu is going to be grilled 1/3 pound pork burgers. That's a big pork burger.
They do good pork burgers over there. I've actually driven over there just for the pork burgers.
Why do they do 1/3 pound? That seems kind of large, doesn't it?
You got to differentiate somehow in this area if you're doing pork burgers.
Well, now that's true, as well as a 1/2 pound of pork chops. I wonder if it's bone in or bone out on the pork chops. Proceeds are used to help with the expenses of the football program. That would be buying helmets and such.
Go help the Fighting Gerlachs.
Go help the Fighting Gerlachs. They need all the help they can get.
I wasn't going to go that far.
They had a rough year last year. They need a little
week this week.
I haven't heard. I want you to tell me that during the commercial break. Also on Saturday, the 104th annual Bone Gap Chowder taking place Saturday on the August 12th. Burgers, hot dogs will be available starting at 9 a.m. Tractor pull a tractor pull taking place at 9 a.m. That's got to be a pedal pull, right? I mean, they're not going to warm up.
I would assume.
The real tractors at 9 a.m.?
I mean, that's got to use an alarm clock somehow.
Bone Gap, it could be the real tractors. I don't know. I've been to Bone Gap. That's what they know how to party.
Are they still under a boil order?
They have been for the last several years. That's an old joke, ladies and gentlemen, from the radio days.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I saw something this week.
Are they really? Oh, no.
But also, yes. It was an old joke that has
inflatables from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Music from 3 to 6 from Tristan Brock Jones. That'll be cool. The drive-through chowder dinner starts at 4 p.m. on Saturday, and it'll be drive-through only now. And bulk chowder buckets are $20. They probably doesn't say to get your own bucket, so it looks like they'll have buckets for you. To get your chowder, go north on Chestnut Street, stop at the chowder entrance, and then you'll exit the line at County Road 1400 North. Also, a chess tournament. How about this? The Summer Open chess tournament up in Salem on Saturday at 416 Oglesby. Registration from 8 a.m. Saturday to 9:15. Rounds start at 9:30 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 5 p.m. Prize fund based on 30 players is $80 for first, $40 for second. And they're going to have classes A, B, C, D, E, and unrated.
Was it a $5 entry?
It doesn't say. I'm guessing 10 based on 30 players. I don't know. 30 players. They're certainly not counting on 30 players in each class, are they?
I would think 30 players overall, that'd be $5. That'd give you $150 for a $120 pool.
Well, see, now you're bringing math into the situation.
It wasn't that hard.
I was busy doing other things. What else is going on in Salem?
So you're not entering the chess tournament?
I am not.
I've actually won one of those.
Really?
In the Army.
So what would you be then? Would you be an A, B, C, D, E, or an unrated?
At this point, unrated, because I haven't played in 25, 30 years. I had a very unofficial winning tournament. Literally had a date in the Army, and we did that for...
How many people in the tournament? 20
or so.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's not
actually
bad.
Beat my instructor in the championship.
I bet you that went well.
He actually received, it was, like I said, we were on our last day, so we were...
You didn't care.
At that point, it was whatever.
Yeah, nobody cared. That's cool. That's wonderful. Also, live music again at Pinky's. Cody Phillips is going to play up there. What are we celebrating here on August 11th? Ladies and gentlemen, this is National Raspberry Boomba Day. Raspberry Boomba Day recognizes the tantalizing frozen dessert. A Raspberry Boomba creates a beautiful finale to any summer meal. The dessert will be the centerpiece of your meal and taste delicious too, because throughout August, raspberries are ripening. That's why this is the third raspberry holiday this month.
I always thought that was Bombay.
Like Doctor?
Because I named mine Gordon.
Yeah, Dr. Bombay.
Yeah, Gordon Bombay.
Yeah, yeah. Was that from
Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks? Yeah, he was the coach.
Yep.
Emilio Estevez.
Correct.
How many movies was he in?
Was he in the first two? And then the third one, I think they changed it up, if I remember correctly. And then they didn't do a remake where he came back as like the mentor to the guy that was.
Yeah, I think so. But that is a great looking dessert.
Hey, you put alcohol in any dessert, I'm probably in.
This probably has a little bit of alcohol.
Yeah, I think you use it with rum, don't you?
I skipped. I skipped ahead. I don't know.
Pretty sure there's rum in.
I think that's right. What else is going on today, ladies and gentlemen? This is National Play in the Sand today, and I tell you what, those players on the other side of the net, they are jumping way early.
Their timing's a little off. You and I have seen our fair amount of volleyball.
Yes, we have.
That's not correct.
That ain't gonna win. Right there.
That being said, I've probably seen worse than junior high in this area.
You need to be a nicer person altogether, Brian. There's a lot of folks out there watching the show that have their children and grandchildren playing junior high volleyball.
And they'll grow up to eventually play what is the sport of volleyball. It's not that in junior high.
It is not.
I've always said that's where I want to die. A junior high volleyball match. If I got to watch that most of my life, they can watch me die. We're going to trade traumas here.
Oh, we're having so much fun right now. Our fans are enjoying us.
Click.
They hear me almost curse earlier, and now they hear us talking about junior high volleyball, which is it. Well, we'll get to stuff. Our first segment's going to be about something you people won't like either.
We know how to sell this show. Hip hop, junior high volleyball trashing, and women's World Cup.
Women's World Cup is coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly right. Also,
even Billy Withrow just shut us off.
Billy Withrow just turned it off. Hi, Billy. Goodbye, Billy. National Presidential Joke Day is August 11th. This day recognizes the humor often found yet not so appreciated in the highest office in the land, with a nod to blunders. You can take a look back at some of the president's social mishaps, all kinds of different things. This, however, the date comes around because on this date, and I believe 1986 was the date that Ronald Reagan set into what he also thought was a dead mic, which was a live microphone. That's when Ronald Reagan said, attention, Moscow, we begin bombing in 5 minutes, as a joke in the middle of a Cold War. Some people took it well. Some people did not take it well. It was
probably the second worst joke.
I want to know what's the first worst.
Read my lips.
Oh, that's George Bush.
Oh, yeah.
That was George Bush. Speaking of presidential jokes, what kind of tea did the colonists demand?
Are we really going there?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Liberty.
Liberty, yeah, you bet, absolutely. You're pretty good.
I've heard that one.
Which of Washington's officers had the best sense of humor? It's a good one. You can get this. You can do this.
Lafayette.
You are so good at these terrible jokes.
They are not funny.
Let's see. Jimmy Carter's big joke, my esteem in the country, now this was a post-presidential joke, my esteem in the country has gone up substantially. It is very nice now when people wave at me, they use all their fingers.
What's the,
Don't you do it. No, we're trying to remain on television here. What is on television, folks? What do you want to see on TV tonight? The St. Louis Cardinals are in Kansas City here tonight. It's Adam Wainwright taking the mound again for the Cardinals. God bless you, Adam. Let's hope you get something done tonight. We need you to get your 2 more wins. The Royals have not yet named a starter. At 7:10 tonight, the Brewers will be in Chicago taking on the White Sox. Corbin Burns versus Michael Kopech. That's on NBC Sports Chicago, channel 643. Cubs are on, I believe Cubs are on Apple TV, so you won't be able to see them unless you go to Apple. The Braves are at the Mets on MLB Network at 6:10. Charlie Morton versus Tyler McGill. That's channel 599. And finally, Baltimore at Seattle. Kyle Gibson versus Luis Castillo. Those on channel 599. Also, the World Cup late night tonight, early morning Saturday, 2 in the morning, Australia versus France, and then at 5:30, England versus Colombia. All those on your Fox Network television channel. This is Brian Turner. I'm Bruce Dickey. We'll be right back after these words on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Please do stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I'm Dr. Eric Pikus. I'm a general practice physician here at CRHPC, and I work at the Clay Medical Center in Flora. One of the things that I love about working for CRHPC is the fact that it's a federally qualified healthcare center. And that means that we can take care of any patient, whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about their financial situation. And I love the fact that we can take care of anybody that needs our help. So no matter what care somebody needs, we're going to give them the best possible care available without judgment.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My name is Bruce Dickey. This is Brian Turner, and today is our big day look at sports on Catch TV as our Take the Points edition of the show. And we're going to talk Women's World Cup right now, but then we're going to put two segments in, folks, for college football, because that is coming up.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner. I can't wait. Just love college football. We're not even going to try to explain to you what's going on with conferences and stuff like that, because that.
I've lost. I mean, it's not a thing anymore.
What?
Conferences. They're just not a thing.
Basically, it's not.
Yeah.
You're going to play who's put in front of you, and off you go. And you know, that's the thing.
Chip Kelly, I think, was proposing this week that we shouldn't even have conferences now.
He's got a point. Well, you know, he's got a point. That's the way, though, that you get automatic qualifiers to the 12-team thing. So who knows? But neither here nor there right now.
That's later.
Let's talk about Women's World Cup. Have you been watching? You've watched every minute of the Women's World Cup.
Last time I was here was the week before the Women's World Cup started. We made our picks and all that.
Yeah.
Took the U.S. to win it all. And
that was very impressive of you.
Yeah, I think I wasn't alone there.
You and Lucas both did. I've got the receipts.
You get those?
I've got the receipts because I don't think any of us. Well, I might still get it right. I had Spain over England. You guys both had USA. Oh,
I had England.
England, and he has Argentina. So Argentina's out as well. He had Australia.
I made one bet, and it was New Zealand to win their group. And I think it was day 1 or 2 of the tournament they pulled off the huge upset.
You made the bet before, or maybe before the odds adjusted from that, right?
I made it before they beat them.
Yeah.
So I was doing good. The only bet I made, because about the next time I paid attention was waking up the day the U.S. got knocked out. Literally hopped on Twitter and was like, oh, we're done.
Last Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Very early Sunday morning. I woke up. I didn't watch the match. I woke up like as one does in the middle of the night to go to the restroom or whatever, and I checked my phone, and we're going penalty kicks. And I went back to bed. It wouldn't have done any good.
I never did see the controversial one. I saw the still images. I never saw the actual replay video.
Whenever we were in Louisville, we went to lunch and they were showing the replay when I was at lunch. And yeah, it's a heck of an effort by the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
That did not work out. Here is what the current World Cup bracket looks like. Starting Thursday night at 8 p.m. our time. Those are Eastern times there. At 8 p.m. our time, it'll be Spain versus the Netherlands. And then later on tomorrow morning, it'll be Japan versus Sweden. Then on Saturday morning, very early, it will be the Australians versus the French and England versus Colombia. And it's when you look at what the original numbers were, the Americans were the top seed, or not the top seed. Well, they probably were the top seed.
They were.
But they were the top, certainly the odds-on favorite to win. Well, not odds-on, but they were favored to win.
They were still plus money, but they were the lowest.
Yeah,
they were trying to say.
Yeah. They're plus 225 to win the thing. England was plus 375. What are they now?
They are plus 275, and now the favorites. And that tells you how much the U.S. is favored, but when we had a full field, they were plus 225. We're down to 8 now, and England's still only plus 275.
Right. And
that gives you an idea how much we were favored by.
Gives you an idea how heavily a favorite the Americans were, and also how the esteem of England is not held all that high, in that they've only gone from 375 to 275. Although they did win, they won their group, they won 3 games. Spain. The second is now the second seed, right? Or second?
Yes, they are. They're plus 300.
Second favorite. At how much?
Plus 300, right there, close to them.
Those are the 2 bets that I made on the tournament. I bet on England and I bet on Spain. I bet $10 on each that will pay, Spain will pay pretty good money. $70. That's all right. That'll work. And England will pay about $50.
So you have the 2 favorites right now.
I've got the 2 favorites. I feel good about it. They meet They don't meet unless if they do meet, they're in the final, which makes me feel good too. But then again, you've got this Japanese team lurking. What's Japan now?
They are third at plus 450.
Japan opened the tournament at 30-1. And that is indicative of how good they've played. They have looked really, really good. France, what are they now? They opened at 8-1.
They're still 5-1.
So yeah, they haven't improved all that much. Australia opened at 12.
850.
Okay, Sweden at 14.
11-1.
Okay, they're playing Japan as we saw, and then also the Colombians. That's been the fun team in the tournament. They are opened at 150-1. Where are the Colombians?
They're still 28-1, and that's probably why England is favored over Spain right now. Is England has
to play Colombia.
The easier next match.
Yeah, whereas Spain plays the Netherlands Thursday night. So by the time you're watching this on Friday morning, you'll know who won the Spain-Netherlands match and be either happy like me or, that's the thing. But that's the thing, Brian.
And to answer your off-air question, England has never won it, neither has Spain.
I didn't think they had.
Going backwards, U.S., Japan, Germany, U.S., Norway, U.S. Goes back to 91 in women's.
That sounds like, I thought we U.S. only won 3. That shows we've won 4.
91, 99, and then 15 and 19.
I didn't think they won in 91. Oh, well. I could be wrong.
Runner-up Norway, third Sweden.
Well, that makes sense. If you look at their jerseys, you can count the stars. But that's this weekend, or this week. Have a good time watching it. I'm going to have a good time watching it. Who we want to root for?
I guess the motherland. I do have an England soccer jersey.
You're rooting for Spain.
Nah.
So I can make big money.
Sure, we'll do that too, but I have an English soccer jersey.
Oh, well, I can understand you don't want to.
It was bet related from the Men's World Cup.
See, now they only have one star on that one, so they're looking for their first women's star. We're looking for our next break. We'll be back. We're going to talk college football, and we'll do that right after this. Stick around.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, midwestfarmco.com.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
And login's still not working.
That's too bad. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My name is Bruce Dickey. This is Brian Turner. As we join you, getting ready for college football season, week 0 coming up. And let's see, this is Friday the 11th, week 0. Golly, it's the 26th, isn't it?
26th, I believe, yes.
Yeah, the Saturday the 26th is when week 0 is.
The first full Saturday.
Yeah, it's coming. That's 2 weeks away. That's 2 weeks away. Do the math. That's 2 weeks away. And we're not going to be here next week. I'm on vacation. So
our next show, we're going to be picking game picks.
We're doing game picks next time. Yeah, that is. And then we'll also be doing, probably try to do the football, high school football stuff. You know anything about high school football?
Not as much as I used to. I fully admit that.
Well, that's.
I normally would be knee deep in that right now, and
you're an old married man now. You gotta.
Priorities change.
Priorities change. You gotta take care of the wife and kids.
I can't even tell you how many returning all-conference players Johnson City has right now.
I can't even tell you how many wives and kids I have.
3. Are we counting Coles County?
The football starts in 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, and one of the more interesting and fun activities. It's long-term betting, but it is also if you've got a handle on what you think the season's going to do. If you feel pretty good about it, win totals is a lot of fun to bet.
Pros like these because they're usually ahead of the information.
Plus, good teams will typically play to their level. Bad teams will play to their level. If you can determine beforehand what their levels are, and
Although you say that, I just read an article last week that was talking about the alt win totals and how much those hit, because the win totals are rarely within one.
oh really?
Yeah, they're talking about because you can get plus money going either way. So there are guys that only bet the alt win totals because the win totals are usually not within a game.
Well, now you can see that. Here is the top of the. Now these are the Power 5 teams. So we've taken out the non-Power 5s here. Here are the top teams for this season. Georgia with an absurd win total of 11.5, and I guess they're betting it to the under at -130 as opposed to the +110 to go over.
So basically, more likely they lose one game than go undefeated, but still.
But
right.
you look at Georgia's schedule. There is nobody on Georgia's schedule. They've got like 2 tough games.
And who was it? They get one of them's
Florida.
at home. Florida's at home, and there was one of the
cocktail
crossover
party.
games was at Georgia.
Florida's at the cocktail party.
Was it Texas A&M or Ole Miss was at Georgia? Ole Miss is at Georgia. That's their crossover.
So yeah,
I was just breaking down the SEC West today. Is the only reason I knew that one was.
it's an absurd 11.5 that you feel like is really, really doable.
Well, you put that number back up there, and we'll get to in a minute.
We'll get to the SEC in full here in a minute.
The
But
first futures bet I made this year is related to that win total.
really?
Yeah.
What was that?
I like betting quarterbacks on 10-plus win teams to win the Heisman.
Ah, you want me to show that? Yeah, it's a little early. We'll show that.
We'll get to it in a minute. But yeah,
we'll show that.
Remember this chart when we talk about that.
Yeah, that's cool. Look at Michigan. Michigan and Ohio State, they'll end up playing each other.
At Michigan this year. I
At
looked
Michigan.
at that today.
So
One of the more popular bets I have seen this year, and I've seen plus 120 and plus 105 bet by pros,
Really?
Michigan to make the playoffs.
man,
They like that game being in
just
Michigan.
because they're playing at home, huh?
And they've actually gotten them a couple times now after years of never getting them.
What, 8 years in a row of
Ryan
losing?
Day hasn't won that game yet.
Wow. How that can't, I guess that is true.
Yeah,
I can't believe that.
and it's in Michigan, so.
So there's your top Florida State.
And plus, if that game being in Michigan, you can take that plus 120 and probably hedge it with Ohio State getting points.
I was kind of surprised Florida State was only at 9.5, but then you look at what the over VIG is doing on Florida State right there. It does kind of make some sense at 9.5. And you look at Penn State. Penn State's got to play at 9.5. They play both Michigan and Ohio State. They've got Ohio State at home, right?
You
They
look
have
at
to
like
go to
raw
Michigan.
power points, Penn State's going to be higher, but that's going to be because they have those two teams in their division.
Right. Just a few others to look at. We'll look at some more.
Who did I see? Oh, it was Brett McMurphy had USC at like number 14 or 15.
14. He also had
He had Illinois in there.
Illinois, number 25.
Yep.
Brett McMurphy's a smart man, ladies and gentlemen.
I like, they jokingly call him sources.
Yeah.
Because he constantly gets referred to as sources on ESPN.
Yeah.
Sources say.
Yeah.
That's usually Brett.
That's
But
a good.
Brett, I got a bone to pick with you. In fact, he tweeted out his ratings and said, "I thank you in advance for not disagreeing with any of my rankings."
Here's level 2. Wisconsin up at the top at 8.5 games. Boy, Wisconsin.
That shows you how much of a discrepancy there is in those two divisions too.
Yeah.
That's the first West team to show up, and they're on page 2.
Wisconsin is getting more love this year than any team I have.
I don't think it's Wisconsin related. I think it's division related.
Is it fickle? It's fickle related.
I mean, there's some of it's going to be fickle, but some of it's just that division's bad. And I know Illinois is in it. And they got a chance to win. I'm
not saying Illinois is great. Don't get me wrong. But I just hate seeing. See, this is where also, Brian, and ladies and gentlemen, we have talked about this over the years. You got to bet with your head, not with your heart. There is no way I would bet on Wisconsin to go over 9 games after watching them play last year. There's just no way.
Yeah, they were bad. I mean, last year but that was last year the aberration with them. Because they had been so consistent for so many years before it fell apart.
The bad deal is
Thus the coaching change.
They brought in a new quarterback. Their running back is healthy, and you figure offensive lines.
Who did they bring in at QB?
Oh, they brought in a guy from, he was a former.
Tanner Mordecai.
Yeah.
Red shirt senior, yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, he was at Oklahoma. And this is his third school, SMU, too.
Oh, really?
That's where he started.
Anybody else catch your eye on this list? Texas A&M at 7.5. I thought that was high. I didn't see Texas A&M. They were 5-7 last year.
A lot of Texas A&M numbers going to depend on Jimbo letting Petrino call plays, and apparently he's saying he's still running the show, and so it's going to.
You brought in Bobby Petrino for some reason. I mean,
Petrino has his issues. He's a really good offensive play caller. So if you're bringing him in and he's not doing that,
what's the point? What's the point? Level 3, there are our Illini at 6.5. My Illini at 6.5.
I go to a game or two a year.
Well, that is nice for you to say hour. That's cool. 6.5.
I think I'm required to for job-related purposes.
I'm kidding. They're getting vigged up there to -130 for the over, so that's cool. That means folks think they're going to win 7 games, hopefully. I was kind of surprised just looking at this, seeing Maryland at 7.5, but they are +140, and then seeing Illinois at 6.5. That is a game that I'm going to in Maryland, and that's going to be
See, they open with Toledo, right?
Who, Illinois?
Illinois.
Yes. Yeah.
It might be the best team in the MAC.
That's the thing.
MAC's down, though.
Illinois is playing 2 really good non-conference games. They're at Kansas, for crying out loud. Kansas is sneaky good. He's sneaky.
Is this where we're at, though, where at Kansas and a MAC team are considered tough non-conference games?
Yes, they went to the bowls last year, for crying out loud.
Is this the year? Oh, we got no business beating La Tech.
You be quiet. You and I were both at that game.
Which I think they didn't.
No, they didn't beat La Tech. How about Indiana 3.5 here? Actually,
might be giving them too much credit this year. How much is the Palm Island?
How do you give Northwestern 3.5? That's what shocks me.
Kind of the minute. I mean, Stanford ain't getting the 3.5 either. I've already bet that one.
I'll have you. Well, since we're showing it, let's go ahead and show you folks the I Am Wee's futures. Carson Beck 20-1 to win the Heisman.
That's the Georgia quarterback. I like.
You got to be a quarterback winning the Heisman. Your team has to win double-digit games. That's in this day and age.
Generally, yes. You generally have to be a quarterback, and you have to be either you're throwing for 6,000 yards, aka David Klingler at Houston, or or was it Colin Klein? I think they won 8 or 9 games the year he got third.
Yeah, I was going to say he didn't win the Heisman. Neither Klingler.
To even be considered, though, you got to be something like that, or you got to win 10 games on a Power 5 team.
You don't like Washington this year. We'll get to the Pac-10 here in a minute, but why don't you like Washington?
They've had some change over there.
I'm kind of surprised by it. Don't like Vanderbilt.
And some of that is Washington's some of that schedule related too.
Okay, you did go a little bit alternate numbers on some of these.
I took plus money on Stanford under 3.
Did you really?
Yes.
Wow.
I think there's a chance they get the 3. They ain't getting the 4. So worst case scenario, I think that I pushed that one. But no, the Heisman of the quarterbacks on 10+ win teams, Beck was the only one. He was the highest odds at 20-1. So.
And that's the team might go 12-0.
You giving me the quarterback on the best team in the country for Heisman at 20-1? Yeah, I'll take
nothing wrong with that. There's a reason there's a reason they're the best team. But any of the other ones jump out at me. Louisville over 8 kind of surprised me. And you like Ole Miss too, huh?
I do. They brought in a new defensive coordinator. That was their biggest issue last year. Lane can call an offense.
Lane can call an offense.
Got the quarterback back. Former USC kid, actually, Jackson Dart. Yeah. So I think year 2 with him and Lane and a new defense is probably going to be a little more aggressive. I think that translates.
Let's take a look at some more. We're going to take a look at a little closer look at conferences here when we return. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. It is our weekly Take the Points edition. That's Brian. I'm Bruce. Back in a sec. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're taking a look at some of the conferences in college football, and we're doing wins and losses today. It's always fun to have Brian in here to do wins and losses because he studies it more than anybody.
Although I'm behind this year where I normally am.
Yeah, you got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks.
And that's actually some of the betting advice I would give is if you're a casual bettor, lay a little bit off of week 0, week 1, because those lines have been out there for months now. The pros have hammered those. They're a little better than what you're going to see during the season.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you haven't bet yet, week 1, you may not want to bet much or very often.
Here's a look at. Let's do this alphabetically. Starting with the ACC, anything jump out at you here? They are the projected. These are the projected wins.
I'll tell you, Clemson's going to be favored in every game they play this year.
Are they really?
Yes, I like Clemson to win that over Florida State.
So you see there, folks, projected wins is 9.4 for Clemson. And look all the way to the right, that's DraftKings over/under is 10. So if you're thinking DraftKings, you take the under.
Oh, I figured. I just realized these are the Mackin ratings on the left.
Yeah, that's the Mackin ratings.
Yeah.
Which is really fascinating when you realize that this is one of the top other conferences in football, and they're 10 points below Georgia.
Yeah, I mean,
here's what the Big Ten looks like. Ohio State. The Georgia leads with 70, but Ohio State is 69. Their projected wins are 10.5. We already talked about Ohio State and Michigan at 10.5. Anything else jump out to you here? Maryland, I guess at DraftKings, mine was not from DraftKings. Maryland at DraftKings has been bet down to 7. That makes sense to me. And Illinois remains at 6.5. Minnesota at 7, kind of surprising.
I don't even remember who's in Minnesota. Who's their coach now?
P.J. Fleck.
That's right. He survived last year.
Yeah. They had a solid year.
It was 2 years ago that they fell apart. I forgot he survived that. I think Michigan's a little closer, and that's why I think they're the plus 105 to win the conference.
The one here that kind of surprises me is Purdue at 5.5. I just don't know that Purdue has the talent coming back for a 5.5 because they've been offensive minded for the last 4 or 5 coaches were offensive coaches, and now they've gone to a defensive coach, and it takes a little time to make that kind of adjustment. Maybe I'm wrong. Anything else jump out you here in the Big Ten?
They've obviously forgotten the Saberhagen effect with Northwestern. It's every other year, right? How are you going to have them 3.5 and they should be the division favorites every other year?
I got to tell you. I'm not even going to bring up Northwestern.
Yeah. What was the T-shirts I saw this week that got them in trouble?
The T-shirts were all against the world.
That's what it was. Yeah.
All of us against the world wearing number 51. Wearing Fitzgerald's number. Yeah, and the athletic director was displeased. Let's take a look at the Big 12. I got to tell you, boy, the Texas Longhorns get a ton of love. They got a good quarterback coming back, and they got a good backup.
Every year we hear Texas is back.
Texas is back.
Texas
and then they win 8.
Big 12's down enough. Texas might be back, comparatively speaking.
You're so this time for sure is what you're saying.
Within the conference. I can see this being the team that Georgia blows out by 30 in the first round of the playoffs.
Okay, Texas 9.5 over under. What are you thinking there then?
I like the over. Just like I said, it's conference related.
Okay, you've got conference related. Kansas at 6, Houston at 4.5. Brand new into the conference. Houston is 4.5. Dana Holgerson. I tell you what,
Cincinnati's fallen in a hurry.
Cincinnati has fallen. They lost their coach. Everybody that cost them all kinds of players too. The transfer portal killed Cincinnati.
I will say, speaking of our friend Billy Withrow, watching him trash talk some of the newcomers to the conference here in a couple of years has been fun on Twitter. Or trash talking the people, trash talking the newcomers that play for other teams.
Baylor at 7.5, huh? Well, we'll see what the Bears end up doing for.
And I will say,
for our good friend Billy.
I haven't looked too close at the Big 12 because I kind of been focusing on top 25 teams.
That's really hurtful. That is not nice.
Well, look, I got Texas at 9, Oklahoma at 13.
Nice at all. Well, you don't have anybody else, do you?
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, who else would be up?
And Oklahoma at 13 is probably being a little. That's a little bit of name value there.
Generous. Here's what the
TCU at 20.
Here's what the MAC looks like, and I put this up there because we talk about the MAC as often as we can in late October and early November.
Smartest thing they ever did was those midweek games on ESPN.
And look at that, Toledo, the pick in the West Division, pick in the conference, and they are at just 42 on that rating. And that rating, Mackinnon doesn't have
I'll say, was that game opened at 9 Illinois? It's been pounded to 10.5 already. We can't bet it, but
no,
not without a drive to Evansville.
There's your squads. The Pac-12, USC, the only one over 60 there, and they have the top quarterback coming back in the country. I heard his NIL discussion today on Caleb Williams. They were saying it was $10 to $15 million.
I would guess 10.
Wow, he's making more money
than some NFL rookie
quarterback than unless you're than all NFL rookies, unless you're a top 4 pick.
I'm okay with this. It's LA, baby.
I guess it is.
Come to SC. So like when that first started and Nick Saban was complaining about his backup quarterback in the $1 million NIL deal?
Yeah.
That was pretty subtle recruiting. It's like, hey, come to Alabama.
Yeah, no kidding. Anything else jump out at you here for the Pac-12?
Oregon's going to be, I'm not sure what to think of them yet. They could be really good. And I think Bo Nix, year 2 there, actually could be a dark horse Heisman guy.
Really?
Yeah. USC, their defense was their Achilles last year. They've got like 9 transfers starting on defense this year. That could be a good thing compared to what they had last year.
Just make sure everybody sees what you got going there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Yeah, I try not to say we, but I think you just closed my notes out.
Oh, so I'm sorry about that.
It's a touchscreen, Bruce.
Well, I did then. I think I would have hit the X. Let's take a look here at the SEC. Boy, oh boy, look at that, 70.5 points, 14 points better than anybody else in their division, and almost 10 points better than anybody else in the league.
And that's with the new quarterback that hasn't played a game.
With a new quarterback, they had what, 5 defensive players picked in the top,
and 11 first rounders off that defense in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're recruiting that well right now,
and they're stockpiling more.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're stockpiling more. Their schedule this year for Georgia, we're talking about here, of course.
I think the West could be fun this year. That's why that's when I started my conference notes. I started with the SEC West because I think that could be fun.
Why so?
The elite's not as elite as normal. LSU's on the up, but I'm not sure if this is the year they get there.
I'm surprised LSU is 5 points listed, that he's got them rated 5 points below Alabama, because that game is at Alabama.
They've got 3 starters in the secondary starting, or 3 transfers. They were 3-1 in one possession games last year. That could regress a little bit. I mean, I think they're in better. In fact, their backup quarterback. Remember, I got Georgia's starting quarterback at 20-1.
Yeah.
Their backup's 20-1. Yeah. The Nussmeier kid.
Wow. What the heck is the starter?
Hey, I got a little bit of a good number on.
Yeah, the starter's pretty good too.
I think Nussmeier was rated higher, but Daniels is starting.
Yeah, Jalen Daniels is starting, isn't he?
So, I mean, that's some. Also, they have one of the worst named safeties in football.
What's that?
Major Burns. If you're a safety, you do not want. Who was the Alabama kid? I wrote down an Alabama number or.
A name?
A name that I really like.
You're making fun of names now?
Well, doesn't everyone?
Doesn't everyone.
Oh, the quarterback, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Kool-Aid?
Cornerback, Kool-Aid.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Actually,
Mr. and Mrs. McKinstry.
I tweeted out a graphic of the all-time all-name team in college football.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, there were some fun names on there.
Yeah. It makes you think Key and Peele they knew what they were doing.
In fact, I think it was some of these Key and Peele can even make up.
We'll be back right after this. See you in a sec.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owners insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. I am Bruce Dickey. Brian Turner is here. We appreciate you tuning in, however so you are doing it. Happy Friday to you. And as always, I try to keep you all informed on the baseball. And I took this before the afternoon games. And
there were several today.
There were several afternoon games in the American League anyway. The Orioles won today. They beat Houston. And I'm shooting this on Thursday. Sorry. The Orioles now 71-44, and Houston now 66-48. If you're looking at the tops of divisions, the Guardians won today too. I'm trying to remember who they beat. It was Toronto. Guardians beat Toronto.
Blue Jays have been slipping a little.
Blue Jays have been slipping a little bit. Weez and I were talking off the air. The Oakland A's, man, only minus 276. They've only lost 76 about the last 50
minus
games.
200 a month and a half into the year. That is an improvement.
115 games in, so it's 47 games to go for the A's. That's
still one of the worst all-time teams.
One of the worst.
And that's why our baseball segment, when I'm on the show, is the last 4 minutes of the show. Because I kind of quit watching.
You mentioned the Toronto Blue Jays kind of slipping. The Mariners trying to catch up. Red Sox and Yankees, as the Blue Jays now would be 65-52, so the Mariners would be a game and a half out going into Thursday night play.
Angels picked a bad time to go on a losing streak.
Angels picked a terrible time.
Right after the trade deadline.
How long? I mean, do you keep your manager or something? Because you're going to lose Shohei Ohtani. You're going to lose. I don't know. What do you do if you're an Angels fan? At least as a Cardinal fan, I have hope for next year.
Here's the thing: as an A's fan, my suggestion would be, don't be an Angels fan.
I like that. Here's what the National League.
And I say that knowing we're 33-82 or whatever it is.
Yeah, you say that looking at that.
Yeah, 33. I still have more respect for myself.
25 games back, and you still. I don't blame you a bit. I wouldn't either. I got to tell you, I would not be an Angels fan if I had to. National League.
I like Ohtani and Trout. I do. The franchises. I love to hate them.
Pittsburgh won this afternoon, so they're 52-63. They would be about 2 games ahead of the Cardinals now. For those of us paying attention to how
the
far.
Dodgers get Kershaw back tonight.
Oh, is Kershaw coming back
I think he pitches
Thursday
tonight.
night? Okay, the Braves already lost today, and the Brewers they're going to have to hold off those Cubs are on fire right now. Brian, you think the Brewers can hold them off?
I think they do. I think it's turned into a race, though. And
it has turned into a race. Cubs got to keep winning, though, to get into the wild card.
That's the thing is, if they don't win the division, they probably don't make the wild card.
No, not at this point, because there's the wild card right there. The Cubs not quite in it, although the Marlins have been slipping quite a bit lately. The Cubs might be able to catch them, but nothing is set in stone at anything in the National League other than Atlanta.
And they still get talked about because everyone just keeps waiting on the run and waiting on the run is the Padres.
It ain't coming. It ain't coming.
They're still plus 210 to make the playoffs.
They traded for Rich Hill. It ain't coming.
That's a valid point.
They traded. The only reason I know that is Rich Hill's on my fantasy team, which is a terrific mistake. But they traded for Rich Hill. They ain't coming back, folks. The Padres are done.
Yeah, inning eaters don't make up too many fantasy points.
No. Weez, thanks so much. We'll see y'all next time. Folks, have a great weekend, and we'll see y'all next time on Big Talk.